Where's my mother?
She's settling matters between the guards and her Khan.
What's it like outside Paititi?
Well, a lot of things. It's a very big world.
Bigger than Paititi?
Bigger than 100 Paititis.
What? Will you take me there?
I think your mother might have something to say about that.
What you're looking for is in there.
How will I know when I found the right chamber?
By the smell of death. If you survive, you can find your way back through the old irrigation system. I'll meet you there. Be careful. The cult often patrols there.
A ceremonial whistle used during human sacrifices. The sound emitted from the skull-shaped instrument has been compared to the tormented screams of the dying and the dead. Its shrill cry is said to clear a path to the underworld for the recently deceased. The death whistle has also been used as an instrument of war, its cry striking fear into the heart of the unknowing enemy. The surging population and lack of civil planning caused the settlement many problems. Farmers clear-cut jungle to use the fertile riverbanks for their crops, resulting in a devastating flood in the first heavy rains. Overhunting forced hunters to travel ever further to find game. Several groups, each vying for a controlling interest in the settlement, debated, often fiercely, on the best manner of solving these problems. This is a formidable weapon. Heavy wood lined with sharp obsidian teeth. It could easily stop an unarmored enemy. And if the bloodstains are any indication, it has. All right. Through there. Having not heard from Lopez, some among the leadership began to have their doubts about him. Our group dispatched south to investigate. We sent the natives in first, uncertain those in the city had not killed Lopez on his arrival. They returned with reports of how sick the city was, and we quickly formed a plan to utilize this to our advantage. This seems to represent Unuratu leading a group in rebellion. There is a near-total eclipse in the background. The smell. This must be the place Etsley mentioned. Steady, Lara, steady. I'm gonna be sick. Okay, take it slow. Okay, take it slow. You can do this. Ritual sacrifice. Oh, Guess I have no choice. Is this one of the rebels? There's a way in somewhere. A serpent with a silver eye. I'm on track. Yes! Through there. The smell keeps getting stronger.
Laura, how's it going?
I found another serpent with a silver eye. I must be getting close. You?
Talking tattoos with Uchu.
Tattoos?
Yeah, you saw Unuratu's, right? It has a heron and an eclipse on it. That might have something to do with the silver box.
I don't think so. Unuratu is the rightful queen of Paititi. After a famine that nearly wiped out the city, her family was ousted from power by the cult of Kukulkan. Her husband, Sairi, died hunting for food on the outskirts of Paititi. Amaru, or Dr. Dominguez, Sairi's brother, felt responsible and took control of the city, using resources from Trinity to feed the Paititians until the famine passed. Even though Amaru saved the city, the cult, in his absence, now rules with arrogance and fear. Unuratu and her rebels are fighting to free the city from the cult of Kukulkan and restore its ancient bloodline. Unuratu was raised to believe it was her family's legacy, to complete the ritual of the silver box of Ishel and restore the sun for another age. Looks like this is the only way, okay? Have to burn that barrier. The lone figure appears in a state of peace, as though waiting for something. Gotta be a way to burn away that barrier. Full of oil and blood. If the oil is flammable, there. That barrier's down. Need to keep moving. Is this some kind of bloodletting chamber? A barrier. Must have taken hundreds of sacrifices to get enough blood to fill these channels. Have to burn that barrier. Okay, now to bring that barrier down. Now, to find the silver box. This must be what Trinity's missing.
There's the little rebel prince.
Leslie!
Over there! Get her!
Damn it! Get out of
Hey, Laura, if you can, head back. Uchu has something he wants to ask you. I think it's a favor.
Okay, I'll make my way back as soon as I can.
Mishkuntenin wilhachpuhan uchu.
Uchu? Really? What happened?
Maotstintanin hoksik sikbali. Vale letille tel kabil. Tan kachubatel sikbalov. Keshtu chambel kuntop utanove. Chikantu katulal. Hachpuhan ukikelov.
This elaborate pipe is sculpted to resemble Xicoatl, an Aztec serpent spirit painted in green, blue, and yellow. Its sides are decorated with semi-precious stones. The inclusion of jade indicates at least a measure of Maya influence. The bowl still reeks of burnt roots and smoke. Not an entirely unpleasant aroma. Unuratu must be worried about Etzli. I have to tell her he's been captured. It's difficult to make out. People settled between two rivers. They weren't alone. However, these outsiders don't appear dangerous.
Awohel wabashku binetik tilenohkaha, yakunah. Kachilekuyuf pahal, teik helbish, uki ibokil, uloli le Jamaica, lekibokil helo, satlekin kim uyicha munuratu, sairi, hachpukah uyabil mahilubao, heltusha kashikobe, umachmahu kabob. Mul ubinov te kuchilkonolo, lekinob hach, hatsut helbish bechlao. Kinwali que le cuchilobo, kuchan sasiltal, leken katakobi, mishjuntenin wilkatul, makhachu yabild mahubaob. Keshiwa, kentsokok, lebatel tambalila, kasunaku kibokil, ulor le Jamaica.
Taita que tzocol yetelela, ales tiokyo, cautales le guaquitamo, le poloco, un peques un jitumen guamaleti que ni chile.
Unuratu must be worried about Etzli. I have to tell her he's been captured.
In Wohel Maunahin Betiki, Vale Tingualik Tech Helan, Le Kashobei, Kushan, Mahesh Suke, Mahets Eknakli, Jambash Keshi, Tinguya, Bema Tenitsale, Helan, Ma.
La loba hats ut, ma lok kumbol bi
Keshkayak Chak Inpuch, Elek Inkabob Jedel, Chak Inwood.
Tangwa talala hoxaj y shulol kolel? Nukuch ahbatelop, tu patahop casi le jubaltelobo. Le tacan cuchilobo, kutsaikob no nahalob. Wakakushtal.
What are you talking about?
Un pel kilich kunesahil tu belil. Un pelu chikulil. Ule que sale ishim tu cheilo. Un pel balunaj ubetik. Tulakal ahbatelil. Maotial mash jesecho.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Geltuno, kashan tu behil, le batel tambalilo. Tiala wiligua, gela kustal y chile. Yete la gujik ba nos balecho.
Unuratu must be worried about Etzli. I have to tell her he's been captured.
Akahol wapaimo ishik? Otzil manat. Kutu kultikeyum tzilov betu bolsipil. Umejen shulup makol.
Tin betach tulakal, le shimbalil taktush, yan le tioka tuyalachtene, mishbal kubeital, intsik baltikon, mabin kabekti, inkonoli, tsoka wili kachile. Yetel tulakal kasil, balyan tu bakpacho, kutukultike, helubeital uyalikten, helbashake, helo, tu petach juntulmash, kuman yiknal, mishpikin insute kuchilukonolo, behlae, Chenkin me yaj konol tekiwiko. Pilawich.
Beautiful. Unuratu must be worried about Etzli. I have to tell her he's been captured.
Ukuchulusutukil hatchbek nahaan, ineshetail, le kushotobo, le kukimesikov balcheo, achuyov, achbonov, beishantak le achkan sajobo, tulakal le hatzil kajo, tanulike sikubao, hatchbek nahan, le kuchil koonolo, le kushtala yabash bashop, hatz utstak kutasik, tile nohkaja yetel, tiukajnalop. Tulakalon unajin guantikon kukulkan, ujetsu tumben kajal, le tumben yokol kaba.
Hi, hello.
Piisti katalel. Jum tsilobe utsop et etel. Malo. Ni bola li chic.
How do you do?
Bachkavetech. Mantats timpatic in kesh.
Unaratu must be worried about Etzli. I have to tell her he's been captured.
Mishmakulak kupaktalujilik. Chenten.
Are you okay?
Ma, piskole kimeno tuchajin bakil, bultsole mishmak oksajoltiken. Tuchaj!
A dead man took your dice. Are you sure you didn't lose them?
Hachka sanich heshulakobo.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll tell you what. I'll pay very close attention, and if I see Pisco the dead, I'll ask for your dice back.
Hachhag, kaukesajoltiken.
It wouldn't be the first time the dead seemed to speak to me.
Kalanbil, uishetail unurato. Mahashnatsi kabajignal, leuach batelilov balam. Mantats hachtan ujiliko joksal. Wayambash kusholal. Tsokole minanu chaikob otzilil.
Unaratu must be worried about Etzli. I have to tell her he's been captured. The new methods of agriculture introduced by the cult of Kukulkan have only succeeded in destroying more crops. First, the bee colonies collapsed. Then the cocoa crop failed. The earth is too damaged for anything but corn to grow, and the stalks are flimsy. We must take action, or Paititi will suffer a tremendous famine. This is a traditional foot plow, still used in the Andes today, even outside Paititi. Sometimes the simple ways are still the best.
Unaratu! Etzli's been captured.
I know. They're holding him at the barracks. We're working on a plan to release him.
I tried to get him, I'm sorry.
He's a warrior. What's that? This is a key. It looks like it belonged to the mountain temple. It is adjacent to where they're holding him. He Is the box of HL connected to the barracks? Is that why the cult occupied the temple? It's heavily guarded. When we go in, it has to be subtle, silent.
Is there a back way?
There was one, by the salt mine, but it has deteriorated. It's treacherous.
I might be able to manage it.
Perhaps. You did survive the sacrificial pit. I haven't been back inside since I was a child. But from what I can remember, the barracks are within an inner stronghold.
If I can get in through the back way, I can clear a path and let you in. We will free Etzli, then go find the box.
I'll take care of my son. You go after the box.
I don't know. We're trying to keep a low profile.
I would go. Only I can't abandon my post here, and time is running short. It would mean a lot to Queen Unuratu and the rebellion.
Hey, Laura, do you have a minute? Come over if you have time. Uchu has something to ask you. Uchu and I were talking, and, well...
Uchu, what's on your mind?
The day of Etzli's coronation is approaching. Soon he will be a man and take the first steps towards becoming Paititi's future king.
That sounds like a day to look forward to.
It's the hope for that day that keeps a lot of us fighting Amaru and his cult.
Sometimes we all need to remember what we're fighting for. Is there something I can help you with?
When Etzli's father Sairi died, Unuratu bestowed the honor of surrogate father onto me. One of my duties is to gather 3 sacred items for the ceremony.
But with all that's happening right now, you aren't able to. What are these items?
They are the Savior's amulet, the champion's bow, and the king's horn. Each a blessing from the ancestors of the future king.
Tell me what you need, and I'll see what I can do.
I already have men retrieving the amulet and bow, but if you could find Kabil, the instrument maker, and get the king's horn from him, you would be doing us a great favor. He's been difficult. I sent 2 men and both have failed. Perhaps you could talk to his wife.
I think I can manage that.
Be mindful. Kabil can be prickly sometimes, but Abra, his wife, has a way of dulling his edges.
What are we doing here? I never wanted this to happen. Now Etzli's been captured.
Etzli's a strong kid.
Yeah, he's a warrior. Yeah, he's a warrior. I know. I still hate this. I hope he's okay.
Me too. Uchu's confident they can get him out.
"29th of November, 1603. After dinner, Lopez left the city. I followed, worried he might not return. I found him standing by the riverbank, lips moving as though in prayer. Not wishing to disturb him, I waited. His communion with God must have lasted through the night, and I regret to admit I fell asleep, for the next thing I knew, Lopez stood smiling serenely over me, the morning sun behind him, creating a halo. He helped me to my feet and clasped me in a strong embrace. "Truilos, I know where to find the artifact," he whispered in my ear.
Alejuntul Jumsil, Leti Kujalik Lakinovo, Injum.
Shoku, Jen Huntulgunik, Jenu Musalte Kinova, Ay Champal, Hachmalo Guamawi.
Sok, Guau Chukokta Lupol Letanquelemovo, Tinguilaj Mejen Palal Tanusito Pei Cabras, Teichi Lukashi Lekajo, Tukimesajenov Yetel Hasajol, Keshi Wat Sokuman, Uyahile Hela, Lok Bayan.
Not quite yet, I'm afraid.
Hachmabello, Valeyana Betik, Helvishle Mejen Palalova, Heliliunakal, Yolov Tijel Bashak, Tujilahop de Canalo.
Mesoamerican people used this stone as a tool for processing grain and seeds. The Inca used a combination of freeze-drying and salt to preserve just about anything edible. Charqui and chunos are basically meat and potatoes. Delicious. Born to famine, raised in rebellion, orphaned but never alone, he rises as the sun.
Ina alike, wakim bashal taktuno, leuwakai, letushku lubu lehau, yanukushil. Tumen kutultike, hach sak pensil yetel, matunatike, yabash kichkelen, yan ichil.
Se tensasen imenduts.
November 1603. With a local man as a guide, Lopez, the soldiers, and I set out from the city before first light. Just as well, as a terrible flu began to spread through the population. Lopez is convinced this artifact does not lie in the city itself, but somewhere just outside. I asked if it was not somewhat hypocritical to enlist the help of those loathsome people. Do not loathe them, he said, any more than you would these molosses. They are all creations of the Lord our God, as are we. I told him I was stunned to hear him speak in this fashion, but he took my hands and we prayed. The energy of his faith ran from him to me, until I felt the chains of doubt fall from my heart.
Lekimeno pisco.
Titen yancha.
Ujajile pisco leóculo. Injum! Goten!
Minano
Letiei
sutukil levash hela.
Are you Kabil? Uchu sent me for the kings.
Ubaka hao? Utanil pachkintzilop? Jetele utsul balop, sutasig le pachkintzilti.
Lamuch kilich kunesahilo, tuyojel tajo binjume, kupakik shiwo, kutsakan kilo, tijumpelum, tutialintobe, katulaj bisob, bele inae kohan.
That's terrible. Let me see if I can find your brother and get the herbs you need.
Nip olal.
Bash ushti kwali.
Ma, bash uchik.
Huascosop kukulkan, tutzahop, kakas tzaktiabra. Leola al kwali, tuyokoltagle shiwob, kananti al utzaki.
Kakatsak, bashtin.
Mimbin kabil tanuyanti kunuratu, yete leahkushun makobo.
Excuse me.
Ay, shik. Bashti helupaktal, inwantikeche.
I'm looking for Kuali, the son of Kabil.
Otsi le shipalo. Chimali, juntul ahkimesah kukulkan. Ukalmah tijumpel, tunkaste kiwiko. Tupati kukuchu leahau, tialubei taluboti kusipil.
Thank you.
Shik tech utsili shik.
Amaru returned for his brother's funeral, inconsolable during the burial and immovable after. The next day, however, he cut swiftly through the city. He unmasked the cult's leader, exposing them as outsiders. It is time for the people of Paititi to take control of their city, he said, holding a decapitated head in one hand and the bloody knife in the other. No longer will we bow to outsiders.
Uyintan, yantesh upaktalil, jajatan, kabet achang nukti kwalkila.
Achay kukuchil yan almak. Mamalobi.
Mash hashmalov akshui, leti, watech.
Mistun.
Mash le kumanchen tutakpol ikilmatu nachmatah kumpel kuchili.
Ten,
Leoklaltun, paktabaj, mishtachaik dush achimpoltal.
Samin, hachmalov atialind ikit sokabel yetel katul sitz kolel.
A herb thief. He must be very dangerous.
Behlae jumpel okol, vale samale jumpel kimesaj.
That's quite a leap, don't you think?
Hach haktak, awogel tikbash, kintuklike, malop kaek much, lemejen kisonobach kaek bulop, tulakalop, awal guajesh yumil, bey, uyume uahkananil kan, vale letie ma.
Okole unahu bota lusipil.
Hello there.
Ishik, Hatzutz, ulakbal makabetoni. Basha katich?
I'm trying to help Kuali.
Leach okole, manu sutu kilunaha kuchul. Sok ashot kintantal ti alkimil jol awokol.
Seems harsh for petty theft.
Helashok tintantik techleken ulyokchele. Ishtzulul kolel.
Well, thank you for the information.
Hevishe.
Bishabel ishik, kalan le kuchil koonolo, jan bash uchich.
I'm trying to help Kuali.
Guay, otsil kuali. Tal guaye, tuyokla jaipel shiutia luna. Sok kach ukate, sok kach inguantike.
What happened?
Leah kanano te yan kach teelo. Tuyilak tulakal bish uchik. Keshka uyal guabashe. Mupakta lujalik mahahi. Bele, ya no ye salvó el sipil jetel.
Thank you. Hello there.
Hey, tech ishik. Leit shulul kolele. Masag?
Yes, it's nice to meet you.
Uy, Hach Malov. Yamil.
What sort of game are you boys playing?
Mabashali. Injume uah kananil kan yumkin. Tin chahu kilich chotov ingwesti inetailov jetil tuyilach shanach kanan chimali. Letie uyohel bashhel ubetik tenim yum waka uyohelt tin chach ushotobe. Lebetike tupulach te karnalot kakali.
Oh, let me see what I can do.
Hach hach ni bolal. Niv olalishik.
You're welcome.
Patiki, lenukuchmakov de la mantats ku toholchintikonov. Vale techetawanton. Bashakatih. Shit, tenkintan. Bashakati kishik. Bey, bashti helu pachtal. Ek antiket shane?
I'm trying to help Kuali.
Shan chahech. Sot ushot kintantal tealu kimesal. Mishbal ku pachtal ekpetik. Sole chimali, lach kanano, upekmech.
Would Chamali chase you if you provoked him?
Bashtin?
Because if he's not at his post, I can get to Kuali.
Malov, uts. Kupaktal awalik tikwali, kaujilon teaktuno. Letie uyohel tushi. Telo minan sakvensilil ti.
I will.
Konesh, Asto, Raimi, La Quinteneshi, Samin, Kanant, Ekpachi. Zoke, Shenesh, Alkabil, Teaktuno. Patenet Pach, Ishik, Jan Ek Ilik, Kapach Chak Akuchul, Tignal Kwali. Chimali, Mehenkisin, Palitzin Kansokol, Janin Kaka Loshikech. Bey, Ton Shanu Mehin Pimil Llama. Alkab Nenesh! Alkab Nenesh! Ah, Pilawich!
Okole unahu bota lusipil.
Olal. Chinchiwob. Kinkat.
Your brother told me of your troubles.
Mashichtech.
Someone who wants to help.
Mainkat kauchu levalova. Cheninkat katoch chakuyol ina.
Where are the herbs? Give them to me. I will heal your mother. Go. Your friends are waiting for you at the cave.
Malo. Shele shiwoba. Alkapnen. Tuhajilawol. Nibolal.
Uya Wuyintan.
Ay, makalmaka talamil.
Tinwalachtech kashikech.
Kuali is safe and I have the herbs your wife needs.
Kachkach? Talecha tzakech wayol, ubag leachawo.
Here, this will help you.
Nib olalishik. Gabil. Mamehen sulubil. Sale baktio.
Nah, yetel chimpolal tilekun kuchula hawilo. Nibolal, yolal tulakal.
Ishmako que saholtiken.
Last to leave and first to return. Jonah's stories of you are true.
The King's Horn, as requested.
Did Kabil give you any trouble?
You were right about his wife. She definitely had a way with his heart.
Thank you for this, Lara.
Of course. Uchu, what did you mean last to leave and first to return?
The men I have retrieving the other 2 items, they both left 3 days ago. Neither has returned.
Do you think something's happened to them?
It's Quincy that concerns me the most. He's young, likes to take risks.
Jumps into the water before checking to see how deep it is. I know the type.
Jonah.
Jonah's right. That describes Quincy perfectly. I never should have sent Quincy to that damn place.
What place is that?
The old cistern. It's where the remains of Manco are kept hidden from the cult.
Who is Manco?
He was a farmer who led Sairi and Amaru's ancestors out of Cusco to safety centuries ago. He is known as the peasant savior. It's his amulet we need for the coronation.
Why was Manco hidden away?
Manco's followers were known as the Order of the Peasant Savior. This rebellion was born from it. When the cult of Kukulkan first took power, they tried to wipe out the order. Manco was hidden away in a secret place and kept safe. But over time, as the order dwindled, the memory of that place has faded.
If you like, I could go look for Quenti.
You've done a lot already. Bringing back the King's Horn was a big gesture of friendship.
I don't mind, really. Maybe Quenti can show me the best cliffs to jump off.
Please don't encourage him. The entrance to the cistern is a cave above the white tree. Follow the trail. It'll lead you to it.
Katukultik tulakal bashkananti, le kustala kahum pelkin hach sasil, tene kingwali kebei, helbish. Le bashkuyuchula, guamaru yetel sairi, maubateloble kingel, kanguihilo. Yetel shan guasairi, kau yup tangel, mau sen yayantik, ubin sonthanal, piale kaktulakt sele kajo. Min mashane, yanalbish yanil tulakal kachil, amaru tutukultag letibe tukimil sukun. Tinguyag leakabil hokesap, uquinkilil sairi, teichi le kashil lumobo, matushulu luyokol, inguali que letie sutuk helka ke shamaru. Lekat sok tulakal lejelo, tu kolbesak paititi, taku kalantikon, vale mabecha jukalantik sairi.
Utene tinchukajuntul, kaitin wotoch, techeno. Injume kuyalike, tu membinyan, na jove, tu yana lobe yanu belhai. Hats uts, masa.
Can't figure out the dialect. I must be missing something.
Kalantabaj, kashantab humpelu yotoch, kashil pekop te kuchilo. Ah, vale mashane, yoksal letitales.
What do you mean?
Lejon silobo tutushtahop, huntul utsulul winik tial uchukulak huntul. Hachmalo peyo, shiktech uch takashano.
Mishbikin unaja binte.
Huyinkan.
Hey!
Bastan! Tech ashikin!
As it was foretold, heralded by the column of flame burning through the night, and the destruction of our temples, and the warnings of the weeping woman and the two-headed man, the strange warriors astride great deer arrived with the rising sun. They murdered the weak leaders and claimed the land and the people as their own.
Le uchben sikbalo, kuyali que le vi, le anilloi, le uktulobo, kukalantik le takino. Vale so kinkashantik tulakal tushe, mabecha hakinkashantik yobi. Ah, minano bilal. Bastial kukash kubay mak. Ubet kumpel bas na adbil. Wamish palubelal?
Dudes kalanta, Betty.
The people of the Andes have been perfecting the art of weaving for thousands of years. This chuspas is a wonderful example. Woven of llama or alpaca hair and traditionally used to carry cocoa leaves, it clearly highlights the weaver's skill. Beautiful.
Kuya Huyintan. Joko guapol.
Hetse katukul. Why?
Ya, chansatan apili kawi.
Ill-suited to the local land, the Mayas' agriculture techniques of slash and burn soon led to a food shortage. At the risk of starvation, they entered into treaties with local pre-Inca tribes, gaining new technologies and crops. The traders arrived, bringing new goods, and then the farmers, with new crops and techniques. Eventually, as more and more of the outsiders arrived in Paititi, they eventually took administrative control. Maya and Inca stood shoulder to shoulder against their brothers on one side, those who wished to retreat and start fresh, and those who wished to expand and conquer neighboring territories. This staff has a jury-rigged flintlock mechanism similar to those from European firearms. The cultist priests must have used this during their ceremonies to awe the crowds. Each Taka of the cult of Kukulkan vows to tie his coat to that of Yutu, descendant of the Maya. Lacking any family of his own, each Taka will live with the parents of Yutu until such time that they have built their own home and hearth. Yutu vows to tie her coat to that of each Taka. She will bear him many children, which they will raise according to the traditions of both their peoples.